American conceptual artist Sol LeWitt is known for his repositioning of the role of the artist into one similar to that of a music composer in relationship to the performing musician. Instead of actually applying paint to canvas or carving sculpture, the artist instead creates instructions for other craftspeople who then execute the work. Digital artists, including, for example, Mitchell F. Chan, have explored resonances with LeWitt's work through generative art, replacing LeWitt's English language instructions with code to generate new works. With the advent now of natural language-based image generation tools like Midjourney and DALL-E, we now have the ability to skip code and generate images by describing them with words. The input needed to create an image goes from a few paragraphs of instructions to be interpreted by humans over days of labor, to a few hundred lines of code to be interpreted by a computer, to a single sentence image prompt to be generated in seconds by an AI. The artwork becomes compressed into a tiny human-readable text package, which then unfolds into an image. The Idea Becomes a Machine is a new conceptual artwork by myself, Matto. It's composed of 512 text prompts with corresponding AI-generated images. The work functions on two levels, as both prompts and as a narrative. The purpose of the prompts is first to serve as an input to an image generation algorithm. The second is to evoke, while not fully explaining, a narrative story. The narrative for the piece evolved out of the process of creating the images and through a kind of looping dialogue with the image generation software. Because the initial images for the piece were generated via Midjourney, which is accessed through the chat program Discord, the process for creating them felt almost like a stream of consciousness conversation with a mute partner who could only answer in images. The main body of the piece was created over a few short days of continuous visual conversation with the machine, and the narrative surfaced organically out of that process. The 512 text prompts are the fundamental units of the artwork, and they allow new images to be generated and regenerated over time. In this way, we can think of the piece as existing currently in two forms: a conceptual artwork consisting of a series of text prompts for an AI image generator, akin to a piece of sheet music, and a performance of that quote-unquote sheet music by myself. I'd also be interested to see other artists perform or execute the piece by taking the prompts and generating their own new and different sets of image outputs. For this reason, the license for the project is a Creative Commons 0, or do whatever you want with it license, and I encourage people to take the prompts and generate images from them using other AI image generators either currently existing or existing in the future. When I created this first performance of the piece, I generated several thousand images and prompts and discarded most of them, choosing 512 images by hand. The image generation network itself adds a layer of variation, producing different outputs each time a prompt is input. Therefore, another combination of the prompts, a generation system, and a human artist will inevitably produce a unique performance of the underlying composition. The piece also functions as a response to the current moment in both art and technology. The rapid proliferation of new technologies for image making will definitely change the way many artists create. Like the defeat of famous chess players by AI systems, there's a feeling of sadness, fear, and anxiety inherent in this change. Art has always felt like something uniquely human, and now that feels threatened. Both image generation technology and NFTs as a medium are transformative, and they inspire strong feelings from both supporters and detractors. Using image generation as a central element of the work and NFTs as the delivery mechanism, while incorporating these themes of technological ambivalence into the content itself, evokes my own complicated feelings about both. We can feel the future rushing down on us, and we can embrace it, resist it, or run away from it, but we can't stop it from coming.